let's just get started right now. I'm doing good, Sufan. I'm doing good, bro. Getting ready for the week. We got yeah, I think it's Thursday. We got Thanksgiving, so bank holiday. Real quick before we start with that, let's actually look at the economic calendar. See what days are high probability. So Monday, I would say Monday would be a no-go. Any Monday for me is a no-go. But if you want to trade a Monday, small position, maybe even just tape read it just to, warm up for the week. I would recommend it, just try to place a trade just so you could see what a Monday would feel like. But if you want to be placing live trades, I would recommend Tuesday and I would recommend Wednesday. 100% Wednesday, right before Thursday's bank holiday. You're going to get the best price action on these 2 days. Tuesday AM session, we do have a PM session news release. So Tuesday AM session might be a bit like 50-50. I can't really, tell just from the looks of it because it's minutes. It's not actual FOMC. It's just minutes. So minutes is usually just like a typical news driver. It's just instant, quick up and down. It's not like a two-sided thing where it's at 2 there's, some type of news and then at 2:30 there's a real move. This is just minutes. So this is kind of 50-50. Um, I'd probably go small position on Tuesday, but Wednesday would be a really good AM session right here. Give me a second. Uh, my bad. Drew is calling me. Let me tell him to join the call. My bad, guys. I am recording, by the way, so I'll post this up on YouTube if you guys miss anything. Tuesday high of week possible? 100%, yeah. So Monday or Tuesday, I'd like to see a Judas, and I'll go over the levels right now. But yeah, Tuesday would be a beautiful, beautiful probability of being like, high of week. Yeah, AM session Wednesday, like I was saying, probably the best tradable day, tradable session. Thursday, obviously don't trade it, market's going to be open. So, I mean, market is going to be open. It's going to be an early close though. Just simply just, take the day off, either hang out with your family, your friends, just stay off the charts, consider it a day off. Friday, Friday it could be a pretty good session. I mean, typically the day after a bank holiday is seek and destroy, but you know, you I mean, it's a Friday, so I mean, volatility could kick in. But yeah, I mean, with that in mind, let's go over to the charts. Alrighty. So we're gonna start with ES here. I'm on the daily right now. And let's actually go over last week's levels just so we can see like how they played out. And I haven't moved them, I haven't made any adjustments. These are literally what we talked about last week. And we were like these were like Sunday's levels, right? So pre pre week analysis, I guess you can say. So we said there was a daily order block, and then we said we had a breaker, right? So on the breaker was on the 4 hour, which was this one right here. And I said mark out this breaker and mark out the 4 hour fair value gap, which is right here. I don't have it marked out, but I just said look, pay attention to the breaker. Typically when you have big expansions, what I mean is like big fair value gaps like this, I don't mark them out because it's very large. You don't have a very accurate representation of like where price can bounce off of. So I said then you go to the 1 hour. Then on the 1 hour, you can even narrow it down to maybe this imbalance or maybe even this imbalance. But notice how it didn't even tap into this imbalance. So the breaker was the determining factor of what held up price. So yeah, I mean basically, just to sum it up, keep it short, breaker played out beautifully. It was a Monday low of week, which is very, it's very rare for that to happen, but when it does, there's a drawn liquidity on the higher time frame, which was the daily buy side of liquidity, which was actually it was a 4 hour, right? It was a 4 hour. This one right here. This was the original consolidation on your market maker buy model. We targeted that. And what are we doing this week? So what I have marked out here on the daily. Any questions so far? Any questions about last week? For those of you that joined the class last week, I mean, the levels played out beautifully, but I mean, I'm sure we're on the same page so far. All right, so we're gonna move on to this week's outlook. So, if you wanna hop on your charts, give you guys a minute to do that. Hop on your chart just so you can copy this. But yeah, start thinking of questions you may have after our analysis here. I'm gonna make it fast. Any questions you have like regarding just anything you're struggling with in trading, whether it's like ICT concept, psychology related, risk management related, like have it ready just so when we're done, we can definitely get some questions going. Yeah, all right, so I'm sure we're all on the charts now. So, first thing to note, first thing to note here is going to be the SMT going on with ES and the SMT going on with NQ here. So let's pull up both indices here. There we go. If you guys are chatting through the alpha chat, I can't see it. Try chatting through the member voice chat just so I can keep up with you guys. Oh, you guys aren't. All right, perfect, perfect. Alrighty. So, notice the SMT here. So this high right here was made on Friday, 1st of September, right? And if you look at my cursor, you can see it on both ES and on both NQ, right? So if I hover my cursor here on NQ, it'll hover over here on ES. And pay attention to Friday, September 1st. Look at the highs that were made. So NQ actually displaced past that high, clearing and redelivering the liquidity void that was here. That was made. I remember the when this liquidity void was made back in August. We were like, oh, we want it to get filled, and we just kept selling off from there. We actually finally redelivered the entire thing. ES has yet to do so. The liquidity void is way up here, and now we made bearish SMT. Now, what this doesn't mean we're gonna like have a complete sell-off. Just take it into consideration. Like the SMT was made, I believe, on Wednesday of last week, so it wasn't like recent. Like if the SMT was going to work, it would have done its work already. Like we did have a retracement, but it wasn't heavy. Just take into consideration we have SMT here. Another thing to note is going to be on the 4 hour, so let's drop time frames. Not really much to look at on the daily, besides the daily fair value gaps, but those were already tapped into. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drop to the 4 hour, and we're just gonna pay attention to our weekly range here. And what do I mean by that? So we're gonna take last week's low and last week's high, and we're currently I already have it marked out. PWL previous week low, and then PWH previous week high. I have it marked out on both indices. Would you guys prefer for me to have ES and NQ right next to each other, or would you guys like me to have just ES focus on ES and then just NQ focus on NQ? Or do you guys don't mind like the half and half like this? Half and
They
half?
should see divergence, bro. They should see what. Yeah, half and half is good, bro.
Ah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, just so we can, yeah, just like Drew said. What's up, Drew?
It correlates. It correlates, boys.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
this shit's really important. So if we do this charting sessions, it's like for a reason. This shit correlates. So if we chart together, we're able to see, like the clear moves. It's very important
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, perfect. So we're gonna take our weekly range here. We have previous week low, previous week high on both indices. All right, ES, what I did is I took the data range, right? And I'm gonna take premium discount, and I'm gonna keep it simple. We're not gonna do because we have this imbalance right here. This remember, like I said, if we have large imbalances, this 4 hour imbalance, just like last week, we have this large 4 hour imbalance. We don't know exactly where price can, because we know we're gonna have a retracement, but where can price react off of? So what I like to do is I like to narrow it down. So we could either go on the 1 hour, but also the 1 hour is pretty large as well. So what I did is on the daily, we have this daily inverse right here. So I'd like to see this daily inverse confirm our bullish bias, meaning that if price comes down, reprices to discount into this daily inverse, I would like to see this act as support to target higher liquidity pools. However, if this is negated, then we would start targeting, the daily order block and previous week low, this area here. But this is going to be our determining factor on ES. On NQ, we have what looks like a daily breaker here. So obviously, we have this breaker, but then we have this big overall breaker right here, right? So if we just look at simple market structure and we retrace into previous structure, I would like to see this daily breaker act as support, just like this daily inverse fair value gap. So if we go down to the 4 hour, same thing, we have sell side liquidity, it's internal, and then we take our weekly range, right? So what I would like to see is a reprice into discount, into the weekly previous week discount, into that breaker, and maybe hopefully I haven't looked at this yet. Maybe we have like a 15-minute imbalance in here. Yeah, it would be right here. So, just take that into consideration. NQ's a bit harder to tell over ES because NQ doesn't really have a daily inverse like ES does that we can take. No, not really. Our only inverse is down here, which is close to previous week low. So I would just take into consideration maybe one of these mitigation blocks, which would be either these right here. You know, all a mitigation block is a previous order block that's now going to be tapped into from the upside, which is essentially a breaker. Just a little tip there. Yeah. Um, so for the beginning of the week, like I said, I would like to see, if price comes, this is an if then statement. So if price comes down lower, I'd like to see price support here. But what if we go higher? So then we would take into consideration, give me a second, let me go to the 4 hour, this rejection block. Now this rejection block here, let me get rid of this. This rejection block is going to be the wick, that the highest wick on a liquidity run. So, have you guys ever noticed where price will sometimes come up to a high, tap into the wick, but not take out the high? So that essentially, that wick there is acting as a gap. Just like ICT said mark out the consequent encroachment of your wicks. Essentially, that wick is a gap. Just like a fair value gap, that's a rejection block. So
Mm-hmm.
if we come up here, I'd like to say a possible high of week in this area here, acting off of this rejection block, also the liquidity void, and then we could target sell side liquidity and ultimately the daily breaker. Very easy week for us, really, because we're in the middle of a range here. We have a defined range. We have the previous week low, previous week high. We're kind of sitting in premium right now. So depending on where Monday sends us, we can actually predict Tuesday, Wednesday. Does that make sense?
100%, 100%. Just one thing, Kiss.
What's up? What's up?
So just for the other people, so what would this SMT mean if ES is making lower highs and NQ is making higher highs? What would this mean overall?
We talked about that. Actually, we
Yep.
said that it's bearish, so take that into
Mm-hmm.
consideration. That's why I'm kind
Yep.
of defining a more bearish bias over a bullish one.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Very important you guys see that because overall you see how ES and NQ correlates, but at the same time, right now, price is not correlating with NQ and ES. We're creating SMT even on the 15 minute. If you go down to 15 minute, we also have an SMT, and that's very important to note. Meaning that we're really like right now we're trading in a range. In reality, we're trying to see if price goes up or down. We could go either way. We could clear highs right now. We could clear highs right now, but we don't know that, right? So, price could go either way. Take it patient next week. and let the market show you what it needs to do. You know, NQ is looking bullish, but but ES is not looking bullish. It's looking very bearish. So we'll see how this correlates to the markets next week.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to share your screen, bro, because you had some fire levels that I wanted to look at. Um,
Got you. I got
yeah,
you.
yeah. So
Hold on.
Drew's gonna share his screen, so we can actually get different views on our analysis.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, I saw. I marked that out. Plio. Mark that out right here. This accumulation you were talking about right here, huh?
All right. So if you guys see this right here, I mainly focus on the daily 1 hour and 15 minute. So going into the market, right?
I can't see
Here's the
your.
levels that
I can't see
you
your
can see
screen.
it.
No, no, no. Try it one more time.
Got you. Got you. Fuck. Full footage.
Oh, you're straight. You're straight.
But- So I mainly focus on the daily. I look at the weekly just for weekly analysis, but mainly I look at the hourly and the 15 minute, right? And this is the levels that I had on ES and NQ. So we have SMT on the 15 minute here, and on NQ we're making higher highs, but on ES we're making lower lows. You see on the daily we're doing the same thing. We're doing the same exact thing on the daily. So we're gonna see what market does here. Obvious buy model on NQ, but it's not looking like that on ES, right? It's looking a little bearish on ES. So, oh shit, my fault, boys. Um, it's looking very bearish on ES. So on Monday, I'm not taking the trade unless I have an A plus setup. All right, boys. Like alphas, we have to fucking find the A plus setups, right? So, market showing bearish momentum on ES, while on NQ it's looking like a buy model. So we're gonna see what Monday does, and we're gonna see if we clear lows or highs. Right? Stay patient. Let the market show you what it wants to show you, and overall, just be patient. You know, I have these levels marked out. I don't know if you guys want these levels. These are the levels I'm looking for to see if market goes either short or we going long. Right? I want to see if market takes out either side of these buy side or sell side liquidity. Right? And I'm gonna be very patient, right? Because right now we're really consolidating in the macro, right? In a macro perspective, we're consolidating, right? We're in this range macro wise. So we could either come down. So earlier last week I was even waiting to come back to this imbalance, right? I was waiting for us to come back to this level. We never did, right? So we're really like bouncing between these levels right here, and either market's gonna take out a high or market's gonna go down and rebalance that BISI, right? So we have to stay patient and not get faked out, because market could fake lower but take out higher liquidity just to fake us out, right? So stay patient, wait for liquidity, a draw liquidity to be taken, and let the market just show you what it wants to do in reality. Um, and yeah, I would say patient, especially on Monday, right? Monday we can't force trades, right? Monday's the type of day where we have to take a A plus setup or we don't take a trade at all, right? So we either see if this CE of this big wick is respected, if we're bullish, or um if market just decides to sell off and goes down to this BISI right here, it will do that, right? But we'll wait for price and the market to show it what it wants to do. Because right now we're very bullish, right? But we still haven't rebalanced this fair value gap, right? So just like we could rebalance this fair value gap and run up, we could also run up and never like forget about this fair value gap. Who knows? We could really run right now and we don't know. We don't have to rebalance right now. Eventually it will be rebalanced, but we don't know if it's now, later, next month, in 2 months. We don't know that, right? So we have to be patient and let the market show us what it wants to do. If you guys see this on ES, we're really like in this range right here, right? We're in this range right here, and we don't know what we want to do here. So either market takes out buy side, and I'm expecting it to go lower, or we just run, or right here, ES is very bearish, right? If we disrespect this fair value gap right here on the hourly, we're bearish, right? We're probably going to that SIBI or that drawn liquidity. So be patient, be picky with your trades on Monday, especially, and let the market show you what it wants to do for the week. That's my interpretation for this week's analysis for sure. What do you think about that, case?
Nah, nah, nah. Like you dropped some sauce right there. 100% I agree. Like I told them that Monday, like don't trade at all. Like literally either paper trade or tape read it, like so you can get warmed up for the week. I mean, Monday kind of tells you what Tuesday's gonna do. So yeah, just if you're gonna trade Monday, that's why I don't trade Mondays. But if you are gonna trade Monday, tape read it, or paper trade it, or go like super small position.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, 100%, 100%.
yeah, yeah, 100% plyo. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm actually going 20 accounts full porting on Monday. So I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. But yeah, guys, that's basically it for our analysis. I mean, really simple week. We have it cut out for ourselves. If you guys have any like, questions you want to ask, this is a Q&A. So any questions you guys want to ask, go for it. Anything like you're struggling with, anything at all, really. Here, let me share my screen just so there's something to look at. There we go.
Yo, has anybody here got a payout from Apex before?
I
Is that
have,
a question?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so when you request a payout from them, how long does it stay pending for? Do you know?
Well, okay, so you can request payout on the first and the fifth, and then you get paid on the 15th, and you could request payout
Hmm.
on the, damn, I forget the last on the month, but you get paid
It
out like
said,
15 days after, something like that.
yeah, yeah, it said like the 15th through the 20th.
Yeah,
And so I
yeah.
did it today. I requested it today, so like I was just wondering like how
Oh yeah,
quick I guess.
you'll get paid out at the beginning of December around that time. Sometimes they do it faster, sometimes they process it like like a
Okay.
little bit later, but expect it like towards the beginning of the next month. It's always going to be at the beginning of the month or at the in the middle of the month. Does that make sense?
But will it, yeah, yeah, yeah. But will it say like approved on the like on the actual website before then, or like it'll only say approved like once it's around December?
I mean, it depends on their processing time, but I mean, for me personally, really never checked it. Like I
True.
kind of just saw it drop in the
Yeah, you
um
kind of just waited. Yeah,
yeah,
I feel
I
you.
remember when Deal came out, like when they had Deal, I just get a email notification from Deal, but now recently I haven't gotten a payout through the ACH method.
Yeah, it's all changed. Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're on Wise, but if for the ACH, I don't know how the method is yet. I have yet to get one. So I'm pretty sure
True.
I mean, you're gonna get approved regardless. I mean, sooner
Yeah, it's
rather
my
than
first
later.
one with them, so I'm just I
All right,
never did
boys.
it before.
I just have a quick question. Everybody in the chat, who isn't funded and who's funded? Cause me and Kiss are just thinking about how possibly we could help you guys get funded. If you guys would be interested in that, maybe we could work something out where we start fresh evals and help you guys get funded. I'm just curious, how many people funded, who's not funded?
He
Just
Drew
I'm just
sent
curious about
yeah,
that.
react to the message you sent in the chat in the member voice chat.
Or I mean, and if people are funded but they're struggling with payouts, let me know. I'm just trying to see overall like what we could help you guys with, you know? So let me know. Funded.
Yeah, we could definitely
All right.
like start a fresh account. I got a fresh Tops Up account. It's a 50K that I haven't touched. So we can definitely use that.
Okay, so it's about a split. Okay. All right.
Yeah, for
All
sure,
right.
for
That's
sure.
good.
Nah,
Good to know. Good to
I'm
know.
down for that, bro. I'm down for that. We'll get you guys like we'll track our portfolios. We'll do like because at the end of the day, like at the end of the day you want to Janil's having a hard time spelling evals. Nah, I feel that. I feel that. At the end of the day, like a lot of like trading trade I mean a lot of traders in general, they claim these like, these trades and whatever, but they don't like show the executions. So like why not um iPad autocorrect? Yeah, I feel that. Like why not do like a community thing where, we hop on the calls and every trade we take is recorded and journaled. So like no trades are ever, I guess you can say, like under what is it? Under the table type of thing. Like we all know where when we trade, how we're trading, what the account's at, so we all grow, together as a team. So, I mean, if
Yeah,
you guys are down for that, definitely, if there's enough people that are down for it, let's do it. Yeah, that would be fire.
100%.
Bro, that will be free. Like keeping ourselves accountable.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It would keep us accountable as well, like, not taking dumb trades because I know, bro, I've done this before in the past, bro, where like I'll be like so close to like finishing my eval and then I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
dude, I'm like $20 away, why not take a trade, bro? And then like I'll be red on that trade and then I'll take another trade and it's just the spiral down. So it's like it's those little things, so like we'll hold each other accountable on those things.
100%.
But yeah, someone asked a question. Sani said, is the no trade on Monday more of a probability thing or psychological? It's a probability thing. So
Probability. 100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probability, bro.
Yep.
Just think of the power of three, Sani. It's accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So obviously, the first thing that ever comes is accumulation, and you have the highest probability of having accumulation on Monday over, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And ICT talks about this in his Market Maker Primer course. If you look at his the weekly bias video and even the daily bias video, he talks about how you have the highest probability of the high or the low of the week being made on Tuesday and Wednesday. And there's a certain time from when the high of week can be made. So if you're going to be trading Monday, you're going to be trading, I mean, the accumulation, so it could be seek and destroy. Sometimes Monday, like this past Monday was good, you had that big expansion, but like the chances of that happening again and again is very low. So it's all a probability game, you want to be trading the high probability days.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, any other questions? Oh, Abdo said how to avoid accumulation like what happened on 10:30 on Friday. I didn't see it coming. So let's actually go back to 10:30 on Friday. That's Thursday. Right here. Ah, oh wow. Okay. So we have our 9:30 open and we have our so let's just mark out. So
That's
Abdo,
my play.
that was
I'm
yeah,
dead.
that was your
That's
play.
my play. Yeah.
Abdo, what time frame were you on? Because
NQ or ES? NQ or ES?
yeah, time frame and ticker. Because Drew caught, dude, that was what, like a 5R live?
Yeah, 5R.
Yeah, Drew caught a 5R trade at this time. So NQ 5 minutes. Okay, okay, that's
Okay,
why.
okay.
Yeah, so we're actually here NQ 5 minutes. You want to run down your trade, Drew?
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yo,
On
I can't share my screen, but let
all right,
me
bet,
do it
bet,
with your screen, bro.
bet,
So
bet,
here's the thing, right? So in reality, NQ could go either way here, right? Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. We have equal highs and we have equal lows, right? Well, what does market do at the beginning of the day? At open, we just fucking tank, right? We tank and we make these equal lows on the 15-minute. Yep, right there. Equal lows. and we also have equal highs, right? So if we are bearish, right, and we're tanking like this, we will come back into discount and sell off to those equal lows. If everyone knows here, ICT has said the draw will be a lot stronger with equal highs, equal lows. Those are things we target for, right? So me being very, I was partially bearish for today, right? But we're in this range, but we're coming into this 15-minute SIBI, right? Which is in discount, right? We come into discount. We have an order block, right? So this one things. This is where us learning about confluences come into play, right? If we are bearish, why are we bearish, right? You know, like there's things we have to think about. Why are we bearish? Why are we taking shorts, right? So we think, okay, if we're bearish, we'll come into discount of the range of the opening range, right? We have a breaker order block and a 15-minute SIBI, right? These are all things adding to my bias of going short for these equal lows, right? So I wait patiently. I told it live. I said, don't chase. Wait for the wait for the retrace of the open into discount of this 15-minute SIBI.
Wasn't there also a sell side liquidity level on a lower time frame
Yep, sell side liquidity, and there was internal buy side on the 1 minute. If you go to the 1 minute.
on the 1 minute? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. The internal buy
Yep.
side right here. Yeah.
Internal buy side. But you have to. I've said it on my channel multiple times. This is what helped me become a very profitable trader. Just learning the internal levels, right? Just like on the 1 hour, we might take buy side liquidity. On the 1 minute, price is doing the same thing. Price is seeking liquidity. It's seeking money, right? So what do I say? All right, we're in discount of this range. We have buy side liquidity right here, equal highs. I said, if we are bearish, we will hold this 15-minute imbalance in discount, taking out buy side liquidity, and we're gonna sell off here, right? We sold to these equal lows, right? But we're coming in this range, right? Price doesn't know what it wants to do at this level after we take out this sell side, right? I took that trade at the CE of that 15-minute SIBI. After that, I'm out. I don't want more than 45 points. I'm out of that play, right? Why? Because after the draw has been taken out, we don't know if price wants to reverse or if it wants to keep selling off, right? So at this point where we're going into consolidation, we really don't know what price wants to do. But what do we see here, right? If I were you, bro, what do we see here? Like I remember on Friday we were thinking about breaker play to the upside. This 15-minute imbalance is holding here, right? This 15-minute imbalance is holding to the like perfectly, right? Like if you want to see a fucking imbalance hold, this is it right here, right? So what do? We stay patient. If you haven't gone into the trade here, we stay patient. And do you see how price is just zigzagging at this point? We're taking liquidity to the sell side, but we're also like just like staggering up and down, right? So in this situation, the only valid play here was a short, right? Longs were not valid here. The only play here was short, but once we take out that sell side liquidity at 10:15, right? Any type of sell side liquidity, we have to reassess our bias. So at 10:15, we take out the liquidity. Kiss, can you go to 10:15 real quick?
Oh yeah, I got you, bro.
Mark out that low at 10:15.
Right. This is ten
Yep.
fourteen.
10:14. Yeah, that one. That
All
one.
right.
Right. We take out that low, right? And we had taken out the low previously, but we have to assess what price is doing, right? We can't just say, "Oh, we took out liquidity, now we're going higher." No, it's respecting this 15-minute SIBI, right? So what do we have to do? We have to wait. Honestly, we have to wait for us to be bullish. We have to wait for the breaker play on the 15-minute SIBI, right? So in reality, if I'm being honest, most people didn't trade on Friday. I found the play on Friday because it made sense to me, right? We're in discount. we took out 1 minute buy side liquidity. Really, in reality, I feel like I found like the only valid play with A plus setup because if we're bullish here, I'm not taking any type of buys unless we take out this breaker right here, this 15-minute civvy. What do you think, Kiss? Like it on Friday at least. I feel
I
like this was the only valid play right here.
I agree with that. Yeah, having a higher time frame bias, even if it's a 15 minute, it doesn't have to always be a 1 hour. It's always gonna reflect on your lower time frame entries.
100%. 100%. So
Yeah,
that's the
no,
reason
that
for the
that
play on
play.
Friday. Could price have ran to those equal highs? 100%. 100% people definitely went long on that 10:15 a.m. Like that fucking boner candle, bro. At 10:15, look at that shit. It was 10:16.
This one at 10:15.
People definitely went long there, and even in the fucking like yeah, people definitely went long there. But like, here's the thing, boys. We're respecting this 15-minute imbalance, higher time frame imbalance. Why would we go long if in the higher time frame we're respecting something, you know? So if you see on the 15 minute is it 15 minute? Go to the 15 minute real quick. All right. Is there an imbalance on the 15 minute? Probably very small. I
Long.
think it was on the 5 minute. Five, yeah, long.
Long goes right here.
Yep.
Here, let me get rid of that.
Boys, we can't go long until something solidifies that we're bullish, right? We have to assess what the market is showing you, right? The market's showing you that we're expecting an imbalance or we're expecting some type of level. We can't do the opposite of what the market is showing us, right? So I wouldn't have been bullish until we broke through that level, you know? If the market's showing a strong sell side down, right? What's the market showing you? It's going fucking short. It's going lower, right? But we can't chase it, right? We cannot chase it. If you chase, you will lose. You will be greedy, and that's trading with emotions in reality, right? So
Yep.
that's why being patient, waiting for these discounted plays, these plays that you wait for discount, these are the A plus setups that will are stress free essentially. Like I was not stressing at all on Friday with this play. I even reassessed right on this play. I'm like, I had brought my stop loss to break even. When I saw price going up a little bit, I put my stop loss back to my same stop loss because I was so confident in this play. So this is the thing with risk management and also understanding price. So this is very important when assessing if you want to enter a play or not. It has to have proper confluences.
Sonny said,
And yeah,
"What did you wait for before taking your short entry? Meaning, where did you get in?" I
I got
believe
in the CE,
right
the
here.
consequent encroachment of this 15-minute city, right? ICT always says, right? These levels are very key, right? If the market wants to be bearish, right? We have to see what the market's showing us. And at this moment, market was showing me strong weakness, right? We're selling off. We come back into discount, faking out all these retail traders thinking we're going long. Just think about that. Think about how many people went long in those fair value gaps. Look at these fair value gaps right here. Like it's crazy. Like people definitely went long thinking, "Oh, we're going for those equal highs." No, man. Like we have to reassess and see what market's showing us. We had buy side liquidity on the 1 minute, 15 minute SIBI, order block. Like these are things we have to add on to adding to our short bias, right? So once we start seeing a trade adding to our bias and just adding confluences, it's just giving you more of a like it's just confirming your bias, right? And say market just goes up and I just take a L. Like, bro, boys, I don't care if market goes up and we take a loss, right? Like we can't care if market goes up. Like market will do whatever it wants. right? We apply risk after we see the confluences adding to our bias, right? And say your bias is wrong. Okay, your bias is wrong. Like in this game, you're either wrong or right. It's that simple. You're either wrong or right, right? So once you see, that's just for me at least. Like I've learned a lot from my losses, and that's why low key this play right here, I take this all the time. I've sent this in my channel all the time. The 1 minute buy side liquidity lined up with the fair value gap. Like these are just things you learn from trading the market. So once we have proper time analyzing and just reading price, you will see stuff like this happen all the time. So yeah, we see this accumulation here after um what was it? Not after open really, we are accumulating here, but if we're accumulating here, right? Like for example, I don't know who said that, but did you go long or did you go short, bro? Right? Like in that accumulation phase, right? I wouldn't have gone long at all. Why? We didn't take sell side liquidity. Why would I go long if we're creating equal lows?
He said he went long right here at 9:45 before the equal, like at the equal low formation right here.
Where was your take profit? Where was your take profit, bro?
Yeah.
Because that's a valid play. That's a valid play. That's you understanding market structure, right? If market's selling off and it creates a fair value gap with the long, yeah, that's a valid play. But
Yeah, yeah, go for it, Plow.
but but is is it a valid play to keep runners and all that? That's a scalp play in reality, right? That's you knowing market structure, knowing we're selling off here. Market has to reverse at some point, right? Yeah, 100%. That's a valid scalp, 100%, right?
W scalper.
But he's a scalper. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense, right? That long was valid, but if you're looking at the big time frame, right? We're selling off. I'm not gonna take a long if overall we're selling off, right? I would have to see us break through a level or a fair value gap that I'm thinking no, this is gonna hold. For me to be bearish, we had to have passed through that 15-minute breaker. You know what I mean? So, um, but that's a valid long. I like that long only for the reason that that's understanding market structure. We have a hard sell off. We know we have to retrace, but isn't that almost catching a falling knife? Almost, right? Because we don't know if price is going to keep on tanking, right? So overall, that's why I took this setup short for 45 points. That's why I took it because of the short I mean not the short, the just like overall how market was moving at open, So um
Yeah, yeah, I was
overall,
gonna say, bro, you're absolutely right. Like, about like your process and all that. I only took it long because I knew like, uh, for example, like you had the 15-minute fair value gap drawn out there, and it was unmitigated at that time. Like at 95, that would be an unmitigated 15-minute fair value gap. And so I just knew that we had to go back up there to, to get the sales. So if I know we're gonna go there, I'm just gonna take it. But let me show you my screen.
That's valid. That's valid.
Oh yeah, also it's like power of three on the 32nd. What day is that? Friday, right?
Yeah, yeah. Friday at what was it? 9:45.
Yeah, give me a second.
what were you saying?
He was just saying how
Okay, yeah, yeah, I got it, I got it.
if he knew price was gonna go up to that 15-minute Sibi since it wasn't rebalanced yet, then he was gonna take longs up to it, basically. And he leaves. All right.
Yeah. All right, let me share my screen. Oh, the dude left.
Drew. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well, I'll
think
show
he's
you
I think he's
guys.
lagging.
One, two, one at the.
Yeah, yeah. He's lagging. All right,
Yeah, my fault, my shit fucking.
but but
Can you repeat them? What were you saying?
Can y'all see my screen?
I
Drew,
got you. Yeah.
he was saying how if he knew price was going to rebalance the 15-minute imbalance where you took shorts, then he's gonna take longs up to it, essentially.
That's bad. All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
there's
yes.
there's
You know why? That's the draw. That's the draw. Just you
yeah.
understand the draw, market structure. 100%. I like that. I like that
I
long
was
overall.
there's like
That's a
one
valid scalp. Valid scalp.
so on the 1 minute here, like we had cleared just a bunch of sell side. Like originally, before the market even opened, I had London low as the draw, and so we hit it like before market even opened. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna buy. We're gonna end up having a small like little retracement. We had this. That's your 15-minute bearish fair value gap right there. But on the 30-second, to me, it looked like a smart money reversal. And if you have a smart money reversal, you can draw standard deviation. So I drew standard deviation like that, and I was going to target the two, and you can see the two is like right where that 15-minute fair value gap is. And then we had that bullish fair value gap, and I think that's where I entered at actually. Consequent of this, also lined up with the order block. So order block plus fair value gap. That's pretty much my favorite setup to take. So I took it and held until we hit the two, which was a small little play. I only caught I want to say to there. I put my limit right there to get me out, and of course we hit there. Ended up going all the way, you know, to where your entry was, which was yours is
Valid.
consequent up there. We also had I also another thing I like to wait for is when we hit distribution, quarterly theory, and that everything lined up. We also in the macro of 940. I'm at 950 to 1010. Sorry, and, that just lined up with everything lined up for me,
See, bro,
and
this
that
is
was done
valid.
after that.
You
That
got
was done
the
after that.
you got the manipulation right there right before Q3, and that becomes a breaker, and then that's your
Yep.
entry, targeting the 2 to the 2.5, which is super valid.
Yep. Oh yeah, there's also this right here, this fair value gap. I think I entered this on another account that I had because I have a couple. I don't use the trade copiers, but I entered one account on right here, and then the other one I entered up here and held still to the 2.5. I didn't want to get greedy.
Very
So
nice.
that one ran for like 17 points. The other one ran for more. Yeah, I
And
was just want to just share the thought process behind that.
yeah, yeah. There's different ways of like we all see the same candles, but like for example, your approach may be different than ours, and that was just like that all makes
Yeah,
sense to me, you know? Like even if it's different, it makes sense, and that's what that's what's very impressive about this. But yeah,
yeah,
guys.
That's a valid trade, man. I like that scalp a lot. You know, that's you understanding market structure for sure. So that's a valid play. Just like like we could all take different plays. So
yeah.
um,
Fact.
just like that's a valid play, man. Like you could be one and done there. So like it's just you understanding market structure. We could take plays anywhere really. We could take different plays anywhere to go short, long. That's a valid play. I like it a lot just because of the overall sell off. So you understanding
Yeah,
market wants to reverse and has to come in back into discount. That's valid. That doesn't mean that you missed out on that short. Like no, like you took profits on that long, and that's valid as fuck. Like I like that long for sure. That's a scalp I
yeah,
would have taken.
yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Fire play, man.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, guys, we're approaching 1 hour here. I mean, I don't want to make the YouTube video too long. If you guys got any more questions, let me know. Let me know.
Are you gonna be doing that? Like how you said, you're gonna make an account and then trade on it for everybody. Are you gonna be doing that like for free or like for the members?
Most likely for the members, bro, because I don't want to like also, because they like, I mean, they're paying right now, so I don't want to like,
Yeah, I
like,
feel you. I feel you. I was just asking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, most likely it's gonna be for the academy. So what yeah, so what's gonna happen is like I mean depending if we have like enough demand, we'll do it. Like we don't want to do it for like, only, 2 or 3 people. We want to be, we want to go in deep. So if there's enough
Yeah.
demand, we'll supply. So if you guys wanna
Right.
yeah, if you guys wanna join up for this week, or I mean it doesn't have to be for this week, but if you guys wanna join up, let's run it up.
100%. So everybody that's in VIP, um, Make sure you have Drew trades alerts on. I'm not gonna be doing these alerts if nobody's listening. You guys need to have these noties on, or else I'm not gonna keep on posting. Because honestly, I'm printing and I want you guys to win. That's the reason I'm doing this, right? So I want you guys to win just like I'm winning. So you guys have that alert on, those noties on. We're gonna be printing all next week and be ready for that for sure.
Yup. Yeah, make sure you turn the alerts on too. For me, because I'll occasionally tag in my commentary channel. Also, Drew's analysis. For those of you guys that aren't in Academy, you guys can't see these channels, but in my commentary channel and Drew analysis, I mean that's where we post our everything we see in our live call. We'll update it. So everything we're talking about, we'll update those channels as well. So I mean, if you guys wanna, I also added a new plan. If you guys only want to see the commentary channels and like you don't want the live call, I did a $10 a month, $10 a month plan. Super cheap, just so you guys can see just so you guys could try it out. I mean, maybe in the future you guys want to upgrade to the live calls, but super cheap, $10 a month plan if you guys want to join up just to see the commentary. And yeah, I mean, make sure you guys turn on the alerts for him because that's where we basically signal our entries. Yeah, I'm excited for this coming week, bro. I feel like we haven't Drew and I haven't really made like a we're gonna start for sure hopping in the calls, being more cooperative. We're gonna start being more locked in because typically it was only me in the live calls, but Drew and I we're gonna start running it up for sure, for sure.
For sure, yes. Just like we need to see engagement here, so it's not worth it for us if nobody's tapping in. If you guys tap in, we're fucking printing. All right, so
On
so
God.
tap in, make this fucking money. We all trying to eat here, so we're just trying to spread knowledge and like it's a group. We're a fucking alpha investor, so like we trying to win together. Like we not. I don't like winning just by myself. I like my boys eating too.
On God, bro.
So,
Let's all get to that payout, bro.
exactly. So you guys struggling, if you guys aren't struggling, you just need a payout. Like just anything. Like we can help you guys out with that. Let us know. And yeah, we just here trying to help each other out in reality. We want everyone to win. So yeah, just tap in with everybody.
All right, boys. I'm gonna call it a day here. Those of you that joined late and missed out the weekly outlook, I'm gonna post this on YouTube like right away. For you guys to just like copy the levels. But yeah, we'll run it up on Tuesday live call. I'll for sure announce it Monday. I don't think I'm gonna live trade. I'll announce it though, like if I have the time, if I'm not feeling, because typically on Monday it's like when I sleep in. But I mean, if I have time, let's run it up. I'll announce it for sure. But Tuesday, for sure, 100%, we'll do it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it a day here. I'll post this on YouTube, and you guys have a nice rest of your weekend.
Yep.
All right,
Hey, boys,
boys.
stay safe. Stay
Yep.
safe.
Have a good weekend. Peace, boys.
Yep.